pretended to be a Leo at work for months, and now a coworker thinks I saved her. 4 months ago at lunch, 3 coworkers asked my zodiac sign. I panicked and blurted out a random birthday, August 14th. They lit up. They said I was a Leo, and within minutes they were explaining my whole personality to me. They said I sounded confident in meetings. They said I always took the lead. I didn't believe any of it, and a petty idea hit me. I'd let them run with it, collect all their Leo proof, then expose it at the surprise birthday party they'd surely throw. I started a notes file on my phone. Every time someone said, "Such a Leo move," I wrote it down. By the end of the first month, I had dozens. Then my boss got involved, and she's deep into astrology. She knows everyone's sign and checks horoscopes before big decisions. One day she waved me into her office and said we had a huge client pitch, and she needed Leo fire on the call. I almost laughed, but I played along. I asked smart questions, kept the meeting moving, and we landed a $340,000 contract. In the team meeting afterward, my boss said the deal happened because our Leo showed up. People clapped. I should have ended my prank right there, but I didn't. The attention felt good, and my big gotcha moment still sounded fun. After that, the Leo thing spread. People used it to explain anything I did. They'd pull me into tense calls and say, "We need Leo confidence." If I pushed back on a deadline, it was Leo boundaries. If I spoke up for someone, it was Leo loyalty. I kept nodding, smiling, and writing it down. It stopped being a joke and started being a role I was stuck playing. Then last week, everything shifted. There's a quiet woman on our team who's been getting pushed around by our department manager for years. He dumps last-minute work on her at 4:45 p.m., steals credit for her ideas, and acts like her weekends belong to him. She always apologizes, even when she's done nothing wrong. On Tuesday morning, she pulled me into the break room. Her hands were shaking so hard she spilled sugar on the counter. She said, "I need to tell you something." She told me she'd been reading about Leo traits. She said Leos stand their ground without being cruel, and they don't shrink to make other people comfortable. She said she'd been watching me in meetings, watching how I'd say, "That deadline doesn't work," without yelling or backing down. I wanted to stop her, but the words didn't come out. She took a breath and said, "Yesterday he tried to dump a 40-page report on me, due Monday, and I was supposed to leave early for my daughter's recital." She said she heard my voice in her head, like I was coaching her. So for the first time in 6 years, she said, "No, that's not my responsibility," picked up her bag, and walked out. The manager yelled at her in front of everyone. She said her knees almost gave out, but she stayed calm because she kept thinking, "What would you do?" Then she started crying. Quiet tears she wiped fast with her sleeve. She told me she'd been in therapy for years trying to find her voice. She said she practiced at home, copying the way I stay steady when someone pushes me. Hearing that made my chest feel heavy, because it wasn't Leo confidence she was learning. It was me, and I was built on a lie. On Thursday, she filed an HR complaint with 11 pages of dates and screenshots. On Friday morning, they called her into a conference room, and when she came back, her eyes were red, but her shoulders were up. HR announced she was being promoted to senior analyst with a $15,000 raise, and the manager was moved to another department effective immediately. This morning, she walked in holding my exact order, a $7 oat milk latte, and set it on my desk. She said, "Thank you for showing me it's possible to have a backbone." I nodded and said, "Of course," but inside I felt sick, because my fake birthday party is in 11 days. I've seen the group chat by accident when someone shared their screen at lunch. There's already a cake ordered with a big lion on it. The conference room is going to be covered in gold and orange balloons. My boss is planning a speech about celebrating our Leo, and my slideshow is already made, with screenshots of every wrong Leo claim, ready to play right after they sing. That was the plan. Surprise them, prove astrology is nonsense, and watch them scramble. But now there's a real person attached to this. If I hit play, she'll find out she built her first brave moment on my stupid prank. She might think her courage was borrowed, or fake, or not hers to keep. I kept staring at that latte, feeling the cold cup in my hand. At my desk, I opened the slideshow, hovered over the first slide, and my finger froze. Then I closed it, dragged the file to the trash, and deleted it for good. When my boss texted, "Our Leo is going to love this," I replied, "We need to talk before the party," and sent it. Now they're planning the Leo cake, and I'm hiding the truth. Was I wrong?